Okay, so we got some huge Naruto news to discuss, because in case y'all don't know, as of recent, it seems as though the Naruto franchise, outside of just Boruto, has been undergoing a massive revival. We've been getting so much different sorts of news regarding Naruto. There's so much going on with Naruto, and it seems as though, once again, there's more major news for Naruto, and this right here might actually be what we've all been looking for, because let's not lie, let's keep it honest, let's keep it genuine. This could very well be something that we've actually been looking forward to. But then there's also other big news in the world of anime and manga, in particular the Pokemon anime. Yes, you're like, Pokemon, yeah, it seems as though the Pokemon anime is going to be ending as we know it yet again, because a few years back there was the big massive change that the Pokemon anime made, where they removed Ash Ketchum and Pikachu as the stars of the Pokemon anime, and since then Pokemon hasn't been the same, just to be honest with you. Like, yeah, it's been something, but yeah, this new change is not only going to be very much so a major message regarding the Pokemon anime, but this is right here yet again a statement regarding anime as a whole. Like, this is huge for anime. And then we also got some very interesting stuff regarding Black Clover and its finale, and yeah, I don't want to waste any more of your time. Let's get into another episode of ForneverWorld News. Let's do this thing, shall we?
Baby, tell me what you need and I got it. Need a couple dollars, baby girl, I got it. All you gotta do is holler, girl, I got it. I got it, I got it. Baby, tell me what you need and I got it.
And before we continue, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell to get all notifications. I got you covered in the world of anime and manga. Subscribe, hit the buttons, the bells, all that good stuff. Check the channel frequently. Let's do this. Okay, people, so to start things off, yes, it seems as though we got some new Naruto news finally incoming, because I'll be honest with you, if this person right here was in control of the Naruto IP, I would make so many different choices and so many different decisions at this point. It would be ridiculous, or it would be actually way better than what we have right now, because as it stands right now, the Naruto IP is just now seemingly starting to make a comeback after all this time. Ever since the end of the Naruto original manga, and of course the Naruto Shippuden anime, Naruto hasn't been the same. Like, yo, we had the Boruto movie, we had the last movie, and, well, we had the Boruto anime and the Boruto manga, and as far as success goes, as far as sales go, it hasn't been, you know, what Naruto once was. And even more so, aside from that fact, it seems as though the Naruto franchise itself, the IP of Naruto, shall I say, just hasn't been making any major noise or any major moves for a long time. And I think that's largely due to the fact of the back catalog of Naruto, you know, the OG anime and all of that stuff being licensed and being basically rewatched over and over. Netflix constantly reporting on how successful Naruto has been, despite the fact that it's an older anime. It beats out majority of the newer animes. Like, yo, dog, we just had, what was it, a brand new Dragon Ball anime, what was it, a year or two back? And Naruto, how is Naruto outdoing in numbers a brand new Dragon Ball anime? That speaks volumes on the Naruto anime's staying power and still remaining, yet it also makes fans of the franchise suffer as far as wanting new stuff. Like, from all this time, what have we gotten that has been brand new, as far as at the very least in certain realms? Because, well, it was a few years back they did the Storm Connections game. We know how that went. We don't want to get into that anymore. Yeah. Naruto Storm Connections was basically like a super powered DLC plugged in of, you know, the Storm 4 game, basically. Like, that's just what it was. It had like some updated mechanics. The gameplay was a little more smoother. It had a few new characters that was really exciting from the Boruto story, and it had a very short story regarding that new Uchiha, Nanashi Uchiha, which I feel like they could do more with that character moving forward. You know, I'm just saying, like, there's many things that can be done with a new Uchiha character. But regardless of what, we had Storm Connections. Didn't really make that much noise, and it was disappointing to many. We also had at one given point the Minato one-shot chapter that to this day probably is, at the very least in the last few years, the strongest new piece of material out of the Naruto franchise. Again, excluding Boruto's manga, because Boruto, you know, it delivers for the most part. It usually delivers some really awesome stuff. But as far as like Naruto related stuff, even though technically it's Minato and Naruto's not a part of that one shot, that was probably one of the strongest things that we got from the franchise in the last few years. But that never even got adapted into anime format. We didn't get a movie or an OVA or anything like that. It kind of just is in the vault for the time being until they figure out what to do with that. So I say all that to say that that is the status of the Naruto IP as it stands right now. We got Boruto giving us a monthly chapter. There wasn't even no chapter this month because it went on break. So the Naruto franchise has been very much so dormant, but starting to make a return, because then recently, of course, we got the big live action news that Naruto is getting a live action film, and Masashi Kishimoto is heavily involved, and the director is Dustin Daniel Cretton, the guy that did Spider-Man Brand New Day. So that's the status, but it seems as though they're about to do something more, and I'm very, very interested on how people are going to react to this. Let's read. Apparently, a new Naruto project is set to be announced on October 10th. What's more interesting is that we see Mikio Ikemoto and Boruto's trademarks too, and this is basically at New York Comic-Con, one of the biggest conventions out. They're going to be announcing a brand new Naruto project, and also again, Mikio Ikemoto and Boruto trademarks are surrounding it. And we got some more news, but before we get any further, what could this be? Some people are theorizing finally a new Naruto game is going to be a Naruto slash Boruto related game. Maybe it won't be another Storm game, because at this particular point, after Storm Connections, I don't think there's anything, unless they're going to give us a completely and a full length game, brand new game in the Storm style. It probably is time at this point to move on from the Naruto Storm games. Just being honest with you. Like, Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm, it had an incredible run. It's one of my favorite games as far as like fighting games in general. It's kind of simplistic, but if people know how to really play, you can have an incredible match, similar to like the Demon Slayer, Hinokami Chronicles games and whatnot. So it's time to move on from Storm. It was time to move on from Shinobi Strikers from the moment Shinobi Strikers came out. Just being honest, never was a fan of that game. Always thought that game was like, there was a gimmick that was very much so not polished at all. The create a character, create your own ninja, whatnot. It just was very basic and just wasn't anything exciting or whatnot. So it could be a video game. What style would it be like? If they go like the Jump Force route, oh my god, Dead on Arrival. Let's just be honest here. We don't want Jump Force type of deal. As cool as the idea was of that, that was mainly just because of the crossover stuff. They probably should go more within the realm of like Dragon Ball Fighters. Maybe somewhere in that, what is it, Arc System Works? I forget what they're called, but people that did like Melty Blood and all of those type of games, like a Blaze Blue type of fighter, something in that realm would probably be the best received, the most well received, and the most exciting for people, where not only of course Naruto fans and anime fans, but fighting game fan enthusiasts would actually join in. So if it is a video game announcement, because again, if it's Naruto related, but they also got some Mikio Ikemoto and Boruto trademarks there, it could very well be a fighting game that's going to have Naruto and Boruto characters. It could also be that this is going to be the big I highly doubt, because they usually save this stuff for like Shonen Jump and Japanese conventions and stuff like that. But if they did decide to go this route, it could very well be the first trailer for the Boruto anime return, because technically, yeah, it's Naruto related, because Naruto is still heavily involved when the anime returns. For probably that next season of the anime is still going to be very much so Naruto related, Naruto not centered, but Naruto is still very heavily involved, and there's major parts of the story moving forward with the anime that Naruto is going to be a key player towards. But of course Boruto is going to be involved as well, because hello, it's the Boruto story and he's the primary focus. So it could be in that realm as well, leaning more towards the video game spot, because it just kind of feels that way. But honestly, I think most of us would probably just be more excited, like, oh, okay, the Boruto anime return with the Boruto trailer, it would go crazy viral on social media, everybody be going nuts and whatnot. So if it's that, the official announcement, that would be hype. But I could honestly see them more so saving that for Jump Festa at the end of the year, considering like we're right now at the tail end, or midway through the Bleach anime, the Bleach Thousand Blood War final course, shall I say. We're about midway through. Black Clover starts up in another month and some change. Then by the time Jump Festa comes along, Black Clover will be about 12 episodes deep, so to speak, which would be the perfect opportunity, either if they're going to take a seasonal break or whatever the case may be, bam, Boruto returning. So I say all that to say it probably will lean more towards into like the video game territory. The only other aspect I could see, which I would love as well, would be a film, an anime film. Let's be very clear, not that live action stuff, although I'm not trying to hate on the live action. We haven't seen it yet, but an anime related film of Naruto and Boruto together, whether it be original, whether it be that again they're continuing the Boruto anime on and they're gonna start off with the first arc, they're gonna just turn it all into a film. It could go that route as well. I just feel like anything Boruto Naruto anime related, I just thought of something. If it's TV anime or big film thing, they would definitely save that for Jump Festa. It could be those Naruto OVAs, but then again the Boruto trademarks and Mikio Ikamoto trademarks is like, unless they took those Naruto OVAs and somehow some way rearranged them, changed them into like Boruto related stuff, that would be interesting, I guess. Or it could be a couple of different things. Maybe the new Naruto project is regarding, because they have like this roadmap that they set up for Naruto. It's like this big roadmap of like all the things that they got going on, the live action, the card game, the stage plays and whatnot. So this could be this new project. It's going to encompass maybe a couple of different things. Maybe it could be a new video game alongside the OVAs, which the video game will include Boruto stuff. The OVAs could be finally Studio Pierrot saying, hey, let's do that. Honestly, as much as they've drummed up those OVAs, and I highly doubt that those OVAs are going to be as special as they've been drummed up, because it seemed like they were just trying to drop some nostalgia buzz a bunch of years ago, and they've let so much time go by that it's become like a myth and a legend that these OVAs have to, I don't even freaking know what, like these things gotta like restore the faith immensely, and they're probably not going to be that unless they again remade them from scratch or did something. So I don't know what these OVAs could do to, you know, make the fans feel like, oh, they were worth the wait. But if they threw them out at Comic-Con, it still would, you know, it's a massive event and whatnot, but maybe that would be the route to go. Other than that, yeah, because it seems as though it could be a video game, it could be the Boruto Naruto anime return. Again, I think more that's Jump Festa. It could be those Naruto OVAs. We'll just see. Let me know what you guys think though. What do you think the big announcement at Comic-Con that they're drumming up with a countdown and everything is going to be? Then also we got a very interesting statement from somebody from Viz Media regarding Naruto, because people like to sleep on Naruto as far as how big it actually is and its impact, because they'd be like, no, it's One Piece, because obviously One Piece never ended, you know? The original Naruto manga ended, what was it, 12 years ago now, somewhere in that ballpark? If Naruto kept on going until this point and still had even somewhat of a slither of the success that it was having back then, we would have a different conversation. But most people, they look at it as, oh, you know, One Piece is the biggest, that's it, there's no question, and Dragon Ball is up there as well. Naruto is, Well, check this out. In an interview with J-Box, Laura Takaragawa, the vice president of product licensing at Viz Media, stated that Naruto is, quote, the most recognizable anime worldwide, unquote, especially outside of Japan. Adding that especially outside of Japan is one of the things that, like, One Piece, one of the main reasons why it's as big as it is because it dominates Japan. Japan is the homeland of where manga comes, so it's going to be the biggest market of manga and anime to begin with. Outside of Japan, Naruto and Dragon Ball really still run things, and it's just that we haven't had new Naruto related stuff that have real impact in so long that people sleep on Naruto sometimes. But when you got like a product manager from Viz Media are the people that license Naruto in North America and whatnot, that's telling you right there, no, Naruto is still him. There just hasn't been new product from Naruto. It's been Boruto, and we already know how people feel about Boruto. We don't got to get into that. So yeah, a lot of stuff to think about regarding the Naruto IP moving forward. Of course, the live action's coming. Of course, we got the new card game. Those cards look really good. I'm not gonna lie, those cards are really good also, I'll just say. And yeah, the big announcement. What will it be? Moving forward, Pokemon fans. Pokemon fans. I usually only like to talk about Pokemon when it's something really impactful, because don't get me wrong, hello, love Pokemon. As you can see, it's very important to me. It's Pokemon, dog. If you don't love Pokemon, I don't know what's going on with you, fam. But it's been over the last few years that we've seen some real major change with the Pokemon franchise as a whole. Starting back a few years ago when they finally, I mean, we could go way back when they changed the voice actors, but we're not gonna go that far back or whatnot. Either way, when they removed Ash and Pikachu from the Pokemon ongoing TV anime, you know, that gave you an episode every single week or whatnot, and they switched it over, what was it, Pokemon Horizons, I think it was, and they brought in these brand new kids, and they basically, like, I don't want to say wiped away the existence of Ash, but tried to move on in a different direction, because they just felt like, you know, the franchise needed a change, and they needed growth, and they wanted to see what it would do numbers wise or whatnot. Clearly the numbers are in, and the fans have spoken to a certain degree, and the market has spoken to a certain degree, because it seems as though the removing Ash Ketchum and removing Pikachu experiment of Pokemon is over, and it probably wasn't the big success that they thought, because the Pokemon anime is about to change majorly as a whole. And also, again, this is a testament, a full demonstration on what is happening with not only Pokemon, but anime as a whole. This is one, we're losing one more, folks, and you're probably like, one more what? Let me tell you. Pokemon anime shifts from weekly to seasonal with Generation 10. Leaks from leaker Moot Monthly claim Pokemon Horizons will be the final weekly anime series starting Gen 10 with a seasonal format of fixed, shorter episodes. Shared concept art reveals new characters like a time-traveling professor with blue hair, a silver-haired young man, and a girl in a pink dress with a large pink creature. Fans have mixed feelings. Some mourn the end of a decades-long weekly ritual, while others praise the change for better quality, reduced staff pressure, and tighter storytelling without filler. And honestly, yeah, is this going to be for the benefit of Pokemon? Sure. Has Pokemon ever really had, like, yeah, there's been serious episodes and some mini arcs that were serious, whatever. Has Pokemon ever really been something that is like, how can I say this? Like, honestly, Pokemon always just feels like it's, you know, got the main beats of when they go to a gym and certain, you know, when they catch a certain Pokemon, but for the most part, Pokemon has always been like packed with filler, I guess you would say. Like that's just Pokemon. Like, sure, we love the gym battles and we love when they catch Pokemon that they stay with and all that stuff, because obviously that's canonical stuff, but I've never really looked at the Pokemon anime as like it needs to have tighter storylines or anything like that. Honestly, one of the best generations of Pokemon outside of the original was, I forget what's the name of that region. It was the one with Serena. That one. The one with Serena is probably the best stories of the entirety of Pokemon, in my opinion. But I say all that to say, this is not only a major change, of course, again, for the Pokemon anime, because Pokemon has been a weekly, getting a brand new episode every week thing since the original. Like, this is, we're talking spanning decades and whatnot, that Pokemon has been like this. The fact that they're going this direction is another demonstration of where anime is at right now. And it really feels like not only is weekly release anime a dead concept, it's even more so, well, it just kind of feels like it's went into a direction of like, you really got to change things up. And what I mean by you really got to change things up is that, again, for starters, maybe it's because people are just so much with their attentions divided nowadays that to be fully dedicated to one series is such a tall order for people, that people are into so many different other series and they're gonna watch 5 to 10 different other series. So giving a brand new episode each and every week, people lose track of it. They fall off the wagon. So going seasonal for the Pokemon thing is probably in the best thing. And for, in general, the anime industry as a whole, we've seen one of the biggest, One Piece, recently underwent the change of instead of giving you one episode, a brand new episode every single week, now you get a seasonal anime release for One Piece. We lost the Boruto anime a while back, that was a weekly anime. We lost the Black Clover anime a while back, that was a weekly anime. Obviously they're returning, but they're also returning seasonally. You know what I'm saying? Like, the days of ongoing every single week getting a new episode anime seemingly are not only just done, they're in the past. Fan expectations have just drastically went up so high when you get an anime like, you know, Jujutsu Kaisen, Demon Slayer, the qualities and whatnot that people expect, you cannot really deliver on giving you an episode every single week. One Piece tried for a while because they upped the quality for sure when it was doing the, you know, weekly releases and whatnot, but even then, it's just too much of a complicated task and too stressful on the staff to the point where, yeah, they can't really, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, this Pokemon news is going to rock not only the Pokemon world, but the anime world as a whole, because if even Pokemon can't survive any longer in the world of giving you brand new episodes every week of an anime, then what can? Like, the only anime that I can think of outside of like Curious George or something that might still be giving you brand new episodes every week is Detective Conan. Detective Conan is like one of the last Mohicans left in the world of anime that is still doing the weekly anime episodes and whatnot. Everything else is gone. And Pokemon is like, come on, it's Pokemon. It's one of the biggest franchises of all time of anything anime related or animation for that matter. Honestly, I would love for them to bring Ash and Pikachu back. That's a whole different story. But yeah, new Pokemon anime moving forward more than likely is going to be seasonal. Let me know how you guys feel about that. What do you think? Do you think that this is a bad move, good move? And do you feel like this is just a nail in the coffin at this point of weekly anime runs the way they used to be ongoing every single week? Moving forward, Black Clover fans, I got some interesting news for you guys. So, a while back, you already know, Black Clover, of course, the manga came to its end, the serialized run, and we got the final volume alongside that guidebook that gave that extra bonus chapter. Well, it seems as though Black Clover has been pretty successful for the most part with its final volume, which is great news. Obviously, you want to go out on a very big note. You don't want to go out on like a sour thing of like, oh, you know, it didn't really sell too well. Because looking at the last updated sales releases from manga, because we haven't had an update in a little bit, I'm not sure what's going on, but the Black Clover latest latest volume, final volume, is doing very, very well. And once again, we got another demonstration of, I'm not sure why they're doing this as far as the numbers go, because by now we should have an update on the, actual numbers, not just the numbers that they give us, the public number, but we should actually get the full on number, because Black Clover volume 38 in 6 days did 64,779 copies physically, but digital, not far off. 48,860 digital, bringing a total of, in its first week, Black Clover's final volume actually did 113K. So I say all that to say, for starters, big win for Black Clover going out like that. Not to mention on the fact that is not including what the guidebook did, which if you probably add in the guidebook, it probably did a solid 150, maybe more in total between physical and digital. But this is yet again a great demonstration of, for starters, a great series ending off on a positive note, rightfully so. Tabata's eating. This is great. This also showcases that, when the anime comes back, if the anime is successful enough, who knows what the future holds for Black Clover. But also, it does make me look at it as, digital numbers really aren't that far off from physical. Why have they been hiding these numbers? Like, seems like supposedly YouTube is supposed to start showing the actual numbers here soon. I mean, it was supposed to be, as of the recording of this video, like a day or two ago at this point, where they were supposed to give you, like, as soon as somebody clicks on your video, you get the actual view for that, right? Because that would actually be the legitimate numbers, which basically they haven't been giving the legitimate numbers. I know some people look, well, we're not going to get into semantics. At the end of the day, that would be the actual number of a view. And in a similar realm, similar concept, if people are buying 48,000 digital copies of this manga, those are numbers. Why aren't they counting those in every other place? Like, these are some numbers that you have to look really hard to find. Like, they don't just publicly give those as far as like Oricon or anything like that. They continue to act like digital numbers don't exist, which makes things look really bad, which makes the numbers look really low. So hopefully they start actually showcasing, because many of these manga aren't doing as bad as like they make it seem. I am a little bit surprised at Sakamoto outdoing Black Clover on Black Clover's final volume. I mean, Sakamoto did have a recent anime, the seasonal anime, Sakamoto Days and whatnot, but I am a little shocked. I thought Black Clover would have at the very least beat Sakamoto Days as well. One Piece, yeah, nobody, come on, it's One Piece. Like, there's very few that could ever touch One Piece's numbers. Like, Hunter x Hunter gets close, Jujutsu Kaisen has gotten close or whatever, but yeah, regardless of what, shout outs to Black Clover once again, putting up some incredible numbers. And yeah, we'll see what the future holds for Black Clover, but big wins for Yuki Tabata as he steps away from Jump Giga. Thank goodness, bro. We need consistency, I tell you, consistency. But that is all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'm ForneverWorld. As always, people, have an awesome day. Peace in, and you just watched another episode of Forever News. Have an awesome day. Peace in. And yeah, that Naruto news. Curious what that's gonna be. And Pokemon anime. Changing the world of anime once again. Kind of showing long-running anime is, yeah. And Black Clover, big wins. Tabata. Big Tabata.
Different type of currency, call it insight.
Check me out.
When